Hi guys, today I'm going to do a little video around manufacturing and all the options that are available to you, and there's a bunch of them, and the integrations, how anything in VS1 is all linked. So anything I touch in manufacturing instantly updates all my inventory, makes all the adjustments there. My accounts are all immediately updated, and again this all happens in real time. So the moment I do anything around manufacturing, everything else knows about it, from my CRM to my chat app, the whole lot. So everything across the top is all immediately updated the moment I touch anything. There's no integrations, it's all fully built into the one package. Alright, so let's have a look here. So under your manufacturing, there's a bunch of ways of viewing the screens and options that you want to see. So you can look at what's upcoming orders and what you have in stock. When the green line matches the blue line, you're basically out of stock. There's no more orders to come through. So you're at that point good, but if the green line gets greater than the blue line, there's a problem. So in real simple terms, to get into more detail of that, just click on the more detailed options and away you go. Or you can drill it to an individual BOM and build that you want to do. You'll also see a bunch of work order options, or everything there is there for you. Alright, so let's do one. Let's go into manufacturing. I'm going to build a simple little wagon. I'm going to make a sales order. I can do it as an internal build, or I can do it as to a customer. Either way you want to go. In this case, I'm going to build a little wagon. Like so. Now there's my BOM. By default, it's loaded everything that it thinks it should have, and I've got options to take from stock. I can check my available stock of my raw material, and I can make adjustments to whether I'm building it, placing it on a purchase order to have external work done, or to take the goods from stock. I can add products at any time. I can add options to it. I can adjust it. I can put attachments, I can put photographs, instruction manuals. I can add all sorts of options to this, all from this one screen. But for now, I'm just going to hit save. And that's all we need to do to create the wagon. Now, you'll notice it's on a sales order. It's all ready to go. At this point, I can either create it directly or just save from here. Now, this customer has exceeded their credit limit. You can see it's in red up the top, so I need to put in a password. Let me just chuck that in for approval. It's just putting in the password. Bunch of messaging systems open up now, and again this is automatic. So this is now going to, if I choose, I can SMS customers, I can SMS the users, or I can send out to the staff that this order has been created. And when I look at my sales order list, there it is there. It's not converted. Let me go back into it. From this point, we choose to go ahead. So I'm going to now make my work orders. It'll now go off and make all the desired work orders, purchase orders, update all the status, update the stock, do everything I needed to do automatically, and literally give me a finished screen ready to go. Now I'm just going to go continue so you guys can see what's going on. It's now made everything that I need, all the work orders, the purchase orders for the external contractor work. It's loaded and converted the wagon into the individual processes, what components I need, the whole lot is there. Each work order is labeled and it's not being scheduled. So at this pace, I can from here auto schedule it, and then it'll work out all my quantities I need, all my resources, all my options. It'll work it out automatically, or I can manually schedule it by simply selecting a day that I want to start it on, and it'll automatically load all the fields for me and apply. And literally as quick and as easy as that, I've now scheduled that job. So I can look at that in any number of ways. I can look at that as a production planner and see the jobs I've got. I can move these around. I can drag and move these around as much as I like. I can look at the options that make it up, and that it's unassigned at the moment. I can add attachments, notes, do a quality assurance values on it. Everything I need for that work order, that job, that overall concept is all there for me. Alright, let me go back. So at this point, it shows me in the system that I'm ready to work on this. I am now going to assign staff to this, or I can just auto assign it. So if I come across to my employees now, I can either again auto assign. It will then look at the skill levels of the employees and automatically update them. So I can do it in a number of different ways. For now, I'm just going to assign it directly to one person. Even though he's got another job, I can assign him to the job I want to work on now, and which work order for him to do, like so. Now, in this case, he doesn't have the skills. This is an option. You can turn this off. I'm going to add the skills to him automatically, and he's a beginner, which is fine. Alright, let me continue with that. The beauty of that is everything again is automatically updated in the background. It's trying to email everything out, but I'm going to leave this option here on in the VS1 app. I've allocated that to myself, and that it's what he's working on is right there. So now if I go over to the chat app, you'll see that I've got a little 2 at the top there. And in my chat, it tells me that I've been assigned that job. It tells me that you're ready to work on that work order. It's good for you to go. If I look at my mobile and I'm the employee, there's my little red 2 again. That job is ready for me to start. So when on my mobile, I go into the job, I'm going to clock onto the job. It has geo fencing, so straight away it knows if I'm clocking into the right area. When I start the job, there's my job I'm going to work on. That immediately starts counting the clock for me, and it tells me I'm not in the right place to clock on, so we need to check where I'm supposed to be. So it tells me I'm 360 meters away from that workstation. What am I doing? Now, the beauty of this, again, if I jump back here under the employee, it's now clocking that time. So it tells me I've clocked onto that job and I'm working on it, but I've clocked off this other job. So that one I'm not doing anything with, but this one has immediately updated me. So again, all my options are all showing up there back on the mobile. So as a manager, you can see what he's doing. At any point, he can go on a break. He can assign the job to somebody else, saying, look, I'm too busy. Or he can add attachments. He can say there's a problem with this. He can take a photograph, add a note, whatever it may be. Or he can simply go on lunch, whatever you choose. Again, he does all this from his phone. And again, it tells him what's there. If I come back in here, it now tells me he's on a break. It's logged it. This is all real time. This is all happening the moment we touch it. I'll go back to the phone. I'm going to come off break. And I'm going to stop the job. Now again, that was a quick job, but you get the idea. Back over here, it shows me that he's finished that job. And there it is, updated instantly. Now, the beauty of that is I can look at overall what's happening at any time, what my staff are doing at any time, and at any time I can look at my build profitability. It'll tell me in an instant what's going on, what jobs are at what status, who's worked on what, and what my profit is. Real easy, real simple. It's all there. Brilliant. All right, let me come back here. If I look at my production planner, I can do that from here as well. I can see who's clocked on and clocked off, what's been worked on, what's not been worked on, the whole lot. Or I can simply look at a basic list of that and see the status of anything that I need for that. So there you go. You've got it tied in with your desktop and with your mobile app. The staff can clock on and off as required, and you can see the status of that job at any time, or all your jobs, and what's going on. It tells you immediately where your orders are, what stock you need, and it immediately creates all the purchase orders and stuff for the external suppliers that he needs to fit the wheels instantly. Creates the whole lot for you. So there you go. There's a rough, brief overview of manufacturing. There's a bunch of other functions I haven't talked about here, but I'm just trying to give you an overview. I hope that makes sense. And again, if you need any more detail, reach out. I'm more than happy to do a live presentation with you and talk you through it. But I hope that makes sense. Cheers.